What's going on, guys? It's your boy, John the Liquidator, coming back with breaking news, hot off the press. So the highly anticipated Caitlin Clark New Heights interview audio has been leaked. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Caitlin Clark, big-time interview with New Heights, Travis Kelce brothers, is set to make his big-time debut this afternoon. But I'm here to tell you some of the audio has been released on several platforms in regards to the interview. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, dog, Caitlin Clark spoke about everything. Becoming Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. She spoke about her success in college. But more importantly, she spoke about Tamika Catchings actually being somebody she talked to and looked to for inspiration, because we know she was going through a lot during that WNBA season. And I'm here to tell you guys, this has been one great interview so far from the audio I've heard, but the full clips is set to be released on New Heights YouTube channel today. And I'm telling y'all, just like I told y'all yesterday, this interview is going to break the internet. I believe it's going to be the biggest interview of the 2025 year. She's going to have a Cat Williams moment, and Travis Kelce and his brother is about to cash in big time. There's no doubt that this interview is going to shake up the WNBA, and so many people is going to be reacting to it. I can't wait to see what the Gatekeepers is going to say. The Serial Hater, the Cheryl Swoops, but more importantly, the Asia Wilson fan base, because I'm telling you right now, this interview is going to put everybody on notice. With all that being said, I'm done talking. Let's roll the audio.
Something like that.
This is so fun, man.
Well, we mentioned earlier that a few weeks ago you were named the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. Time asked you to define your year in one word, and you said historic. We can do better. We can give you 2 words to define your year. What would they be if you could do that?
2 words?
2 words.
That is hard.
Yeah. 1 word easier. And
I can't use historic?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can. It's your
word.
definition.
It's yours.
Majorly historic.
I would say, like, I don't know, life-changing maybe?
That's a great one. I think
really
and like all in a good way. Like, I mean, things just change really fast. Like, as you guys know, like that's just how the world works. And especially with social media, people see a lot of your life, but that's what makes it fun and why I've had so many cool opportunities too. So it's crazy. Like looking back at a year ago today or around this time, like I was just beginning my senior year of college. And obviously, you know, people knew who we were and people attended our games, but it's obviously not on the magnitude that it is now.
Yeah.
So like life just changes fast, but that's what makes it fun and cool. And, you know, quickly started a new chapter of my life too, like moving here to Indianapolis, and feel lucky I'm still in the Midwest. I know you guys like the Midwest. So
I've been in the Midwest my entire life. Jason's officially an East Coaster now.
Yeah, but Philly of all the East Coast cities kind of has like some Midwest feel to it.
It's the most west.
I don't think Philly
East.
wants to hear that. They'll probably hate that I said that, but whatever.
Yeah, they're not going to like that comment. They want to be far from the Midwest.
No doubt.
Exactly.
I mean, it was just a crazy year because you go all the way up to the national championship game and then you're playing right away.
Yeah.
You know, one of my coaches early on in my career said, you know, your rookie year is always so hard because you're in a new city, you're in a new place, you're with a new team, new coaches. There's so much that's not part of the routine that you're so used to. And you had that as like magnified. I mean, are you looking forward this year to like kind of having some like, I don't know, more of a routine?
Familiarity.
Yeah.
You had the
For sure.
familiarity. Yeah.
I mean, it's just so unlike any other professional sport, really, from the standpoint of, so I played in the national championship and I basically went to the draft right after, got picked. And then you basically pack up and move. Like you're moving in April, you don't even finish senior year of college. And I guess for you guys, like what was it? You go to the combine. How long do you have to prepare for the combine? A few months. And then you get drafted and you still got a little time to get acclimated to the new city.
For sure.
You know, you have camp, whatever. Like it's not like that. Like camp for us is like a week and a half.
Right.
And then you're
let's go
on the
play.
court.
So last time 92%ers saw you with Travis was the Eras Tour. How was that?
Oh, that was so much fun.
Electric. It was great. My mom was like begging me to take her. She's like, I gotta go. Like everybody's talking about it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it was right there in Indianapolis.
Yeah. I literally live right downtown too, like right next to Lucas Oil. So I'm like,
nice.
The night I didn't go, I'm
Such
like
a cool
on my
stadium.
balcony trying to listen. But no, obviously it's just a great show and a lot of fun and full Swiftie. Turned my mom into a full Swiftie now.
Nice.
Two of my cousins were there too. So good time.
Oh, yeah.
Good time.
Was that, you mentioned that was like your second night going to it, right?
Yeah. Second night in a row. And that was my third show. I went early on when Taylor first went on tour in Minnesota at US Bank.
Nice.
One of her early concerts, and that was a lot of fun. Went with some of my college friends, and we had a good time together.
It's hard. It's hard to not have a good time at a concert.
I don't know how.
Let's talk about your biggest accomplishment, being a part of Chiefs Kingdom.
That's right.
How long have you been a part of the Kingdom?
I'm sorry, Jason. Not
You
to
can
crush
apologize
you.
to me. I'm honorary member.
I'm a Midwest kid, so there's this picture that's been circulating a couple years ago when I was on Peyton Eli's Monday Night Show, where I'm in a full Chiefs outfit. I had family in Kansas City, and I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, which is only 3 hours from Kansas City. So that's just the closest NFL team. So my dad was a big Chiefs fan growing up. So people think I'm like a bandwagon Chiefs fan. I'm like, no, I was there before Patrick and Travis. Like we were.
I love it.
We were ride or dies. So we've been big fans, and now obviously all the success you guys have had has made it a lot of fun for us.
Who was your childhood like?
My brother loved Tony Gonzalez. Like that was
Tony
his guy.
G.
Yeah.
What a guy.
So
he was the chief.
We would go to like one game a year growing up with my cousins down in Kansas City.
That's so
and we
fun.
still try to go. We went to the Christmas Day game last year. I think the year before you might have played on Christmas Eve, maybe. We went to that. We were sitting outside for that one. My toes were like about to fall off. My fingers about to fall off. I don't get how you guys play in that type of weather, but it's fun. And like obviously
we got heaters on the sideline.
Arrowhead's not too bad, so good spot.
Oh, it's a blast. You already know.
Have you ever messed with those heaters on the sideline? Have you ever seen those things?
So we played a basketball game outside in college, like an exhibition game.
Oh.
And they had those on the sidelines. And I was like, I didn't really never know what they were, but they had them. And they get so hot, like dangerously
It's too hot. It's too hot.
I know.
It's funny. You'll see some guys throw on those winter coats. And if they get too close to the heaters, you just hear them pop. They're just like,
really?
And you'll just see feathers start flying everywhere. It's crazy. Gosh.
I had to tell them to like turn it off. I'm like, just let it be like a normal bench. Like,
I'm out on the heaters. It has to be like below 20 degrees for me even to think about sitting on the heaters. That's why I'm sitting on the water coolers right now every time we're off the field. I hate it. I can't feel too hot.
For sure.
If I feel too hot, I'm going to start to it's like a heated.
For me, at least, there was a lot. Some vets were incredible. Some of the vets, obviously, you're competing for jobs, so there's a little bit there. But you lean so much as a young player on your vets, and you lean so much from like even just like in Philly. There's so many great players that played for the Eagles that like Harold Carmichael, who was a legendary Philadelphia Eagle, was like always around and willing to lend advice or anything. Did you have many former players or current players like reach out to you that really helped you in transitioning into the WNBA?
Yeah, there was, quite a few. Somebody that comes to the top of my head is Tamika Catchings, who was an MVP in the WNBA.
Yep.
Yeah.
She won their championship here. I want to say 2012 when the Fever won their championship. She was like what made the Indiana Fever really good. Like that was our prime. That was when we were really good. And then after Tamika retired, the Fever kind of went down a little bit, as every team does once your, franchise player retires and moves away from basketball. And she's still really big here in the Indianapolis community. And she was one of the first people to text me after I got picked and still checks in on me. So it's cool.
Awesome.
It's like somebody that's not in your building every single day, but means so much to your community and to the organization. And to have that, like, she's like a legend. Her number's up in the rafters. Like that's somebody I idolized and looked up to. And for her to just take, 2 seconds to check in on me and see how I'm doing. And that's.
How did you end up at Iowa? You almost ended up at Notre Dame.
I did,
What led
nice
to the decision to go to Iowa?
So basically narrowed it down pretty early on when I was going through my college recruitment that I wanted to be like in the Midwest, just kind of a homebody, family person, just wanted to stay fairly close to home. So that narrowed a lot of stuff down. And I visited like Oregon and Texas and a few other places, and I liked them, but it was just like, I knew it was too far. And then visited Notre Dame a bunch of times. And I was like, I love Notre Dame. And I like, as a kid, like you want to go to Notre Dame. Like it's the same with Notre Dame football. It's like the coolest thing in the world. Like it's Notre Dame. It has that tradition. They've had so many great players go through there in every single sport. But like, I just knew like something, like you could just like, I could feel it in my gut. Like I was like, I'm not supposed to go there.
Yeah.
So I picked Iowa, and Iowa was really good at women's basketball before I went there too. Like made a few Sweet 16s, made the Elite Eight. Our coach had been there for quite a while, but they hadn't been to the Final Four since like 1992. So I wanted to go somewhere that was good, but like maybe hadn't been like a blue blood per se in like quite a few years, and kind of help them get back to that. And then it was obviously my home state too, and 2 hours from where I grew up. So perfect distance where like your parents can't show up, but also like you could go home if you wanted to.
No doubt.
Of course.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It's important.
It just kind of all worked out perfect. And obviously I made an okay decision, and it worked out pretty well, but
Worked out real well.
Yeah, it did.
Did you take visits to Notre Dame and Iowa?
yeah, I took quite a few to both. Yeah.
Okay.
What was your guys' dream schools growing up?
That was some of the audio from Kayla Clark. Highly anticipated interview. And I'm here to tell you guys, get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bills on, because you know I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, dog, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out. Shake the haters